All opinions expressed on this presentation are of the individuals themselves. This is for adults only and may contain discussions likely to offend. Bald Statements, starring Rob Lewis, Gary Redfern, and Will Atkins. Episode 15, Wokey Dokey.
Go, Will.
Yeah. Welcome to Bald Statements.
Do it properly. You've seen how it works.
Yeah, fucking idiot.
Doodle, 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 doodle.
Yo!
That one. Let's go again. Doodle, 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 doodle.
Welcome to Bald Statements. I'm Will.
I'm Gary.
I'm Bert.
And today we're going to be discussing wokeism and cancel culture, proudly sponsored by the BBC. Bert, what's your views on cancel culture?
I don't think we have got cancel culture.
We have.
Go on in.
Go
on in. Why do you think we've got woke culture? Council culture.
If your views do not acclimatise with the views of the people on the left, then you're cancelled. If you have any extreme views, people aren't given a second chance for mistakes they make, so opportunity for learning. People are cancelled, kicked off TV, kicked off the radio, careers completely forgone because of...
Forgone?
Can you give us an example?
Oh, crikey, yeah. You genuinely want an example of someone that says something? Well, alright. The first one's obviously the extreme ones, so I'm not going to use them.
Well, no, just add an example.
Alright, I'll cancel culture. Okay. If I'm going down to... Oh, God, there's loads!
You say there's loads, but I'm just asking for one.
Alright, James O'Brien. Okay.
Just one.
Alright.
I'd love to be compared to James
Yeah,
O'Brien.
okay, no. Right. Cancel culture. That's okay.
Yep, still waiting for one.
Alright, okay. It's really, the first ones I'm thinking of instantly are Prince Andrew and Ron Atkinson, but I'll give you them because they...
How have they been cancelled?
Yeah, no. Well, Prince Andrew's been cancelled, hasn't he?
No, he's still a prince.
With all his privileges taken away.
See him at the...
he was at the coronation.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with that. I agree with that. They were extreme examples. But people whose views have not... Is
this another fact that you
So
can't pick up?
So it wasn't a correct example, just extreme.
Katie Hopkins. She used to be on all the major TV shows.
Just like that, I saw a video of hers the other day.
No, you saw it on TikTok. You wouldn't have
I can't
seen
remember
it
where I saw
at
it,
all
but-
on any platform, any media platform. She's not on the media platforms, and she's not in any.
But she hasn't
Doesn't have
been
any
cancelled.
newspaper articles. Of course she does. She's not getting employed by any of the papers anymore, any of the media outlets to put her views
She hasn't been
across.
cancelled.
No.
What do you describe as cancelled?
Cancelled, where your career takes a hammering, whatever career. If you're in the media, if you're in the spotlight industry, you instantly have.
Well,
the
like a
spotlight
lighting
taken off you.
technician.
That's grown up speaking.
Well.
You have, yeah. But no, you do. There is a cancel culture for things, and
What is it?
No, I'm telling you what it is. It's where you are removed from the spotlight if your views do not correlate with left-wing sort of Labour views, policies, or society's views.
And there's been loads of...
Even though we're in a conservative government,
the Conservative government, yeah, and the reason that
they have the power.
They do have the power, but the reason, if you actually have a look, if I give you that flip side of the example...
I just want you to give me an example.
No, I'm just giving you an
they're
example. Katie Hopkins.
Right.
But
you said your first statement was there's been loads, so you've given us one.
Well, you put me on the spot. I didn't.
She
quite
still hasn't
research
been cancelled because she's still out there.
I still haven't researched it.
No, listen, right? But you look, Gary Lineker, BBC.
He hasn't been cancelled.
Yeah, I know, of course he hasn't. Because it's a left-wing person, he comes out with a left-wing comments about immigration, and
he was kicked off the first week.
he was not kicked off. There was the whole debate.
But it was only because of...
Other people threatening to go inside of it. He instantly got back. Had he made a right-wing statement saying the dinghies that are coming over here should be shot down,
I think they're called...
then
He'd
you
been
would
given
never
a
see him
job
on
on
TV.
GB News.
You'd have never seen him on TV again.
But he wouldn't say that. That's the whole point.
I know, because it's a left-wing view, it's cancellation.
This thing about cancel culture, to me, it's just an excuse for people for snowflakes that get pissed off because they want to go into someone else's house, shout their opinions that don't represent the house's opinions, and then get arsey when they're asked to leave the house.
No, not having that.
If I came into your house and started putting Liverpool FC paraphernalia everywhere, you would very soon request that I leave your premises.
But that's different.
Why?
Because my home is my own personal space.
Doesn't matter if it's a personal
If
place.
you were doing it out in public,
those.
if you were doing it out in public on a public forum, which is meant to be unbiased and share all views and all free speech.
Which one is that?
Say you were doing it out in the street and you wanted to put Liverpool fans and flags everywhere, all over the place and all that. I wouldn't like it, but I'm not going to say get out of there or stop doing that. It's your right to do it. It's your opinion. No worries at all. I'm not going to say no, Bert should never be allowed to go and do what he wants again.
But they don't say that. They just say you're not doing it here.
No,
They're not going onto the high street.
They take them away.
They're on someone else's platform,
They
whether it's
take them away.
BBC's or
They
whatever.
take them away from the public eye. You look, Piers Morgan, you'd say sort of centre to centre right views. Obviously, no more on ITV and things like that. And yes, like you said, going over to GB News and all that stuff, which has a bit more of a free speech platform.
Only if you're agree with you.
No, they'll have left wing.
Alex O'Connor went on Piers Morgan's show, barely got a word in because he disagreed with Piers Morgan.
He couldn't answer any.
Alex O'Connor had the answers, but he wasn't allowed to express them because Morgan kept barking over him.
While I have a quick think about my next move on this, Gal, what's your views on it?
Funny enough, I am strongly in line with Bert.
But be my friend again. Fucking hell. No, there have been plenty of examples.
Okay, can you name
He keeps
one?
saying that.
Name two.
There's plenty. All right, Mason Greenwood,
I don't know who that is.
Man United player,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
got charged with coercive behaviour and rape. Okay, now this is a very, very thingy subject. Got charged with it with his ex-girlfriend at the time, who he's now had a baby with and got back with. And there were a couple of recordings come out, which weren't great of him, which pretty much in the public eye condemned him to being guilty. However, the case was dropped and no charges were ever formally then brought against Mason Greenwood, and he was all released completely without charge. Club is still conducting an investigation where he was suspended for 18 months. He might now be able to come back in the fold. But you're getting some now say, no, you should never play football again, never do any of this, never do any of that. You think, while I can see if he'd been found guilty 100%, throw him in jail for the rest of his life, judge him on a recording, the social media warriors out there have taken that as, yep, 100%, this is all the facts, he definitely should be guilty, he should never play football again.
Are these people in any position to make that decision?
Yes, because they're fans and the sponsors tend to correlate with what the fans' opinion
Do you
are.
think he should play football again?
And again, the sponsors have their own right to say, we don't want to back.
Yeah, and the sponsors did initially all pull out of anything to do with Mason Greenwood and said to the club, obviously.
And they're within their rights to, that's their
They
freedom.
are, but now I spoke with Adidas the other day, and Adidas are apparently in favour of the return, which is one of the main sponsors.
I'd hardly call this cancelling.
Do you think he should be back playing football?
I don't think he
Yes or no?
shouldn't be allowed.
Yes or no?
He shouldn't be allowed
Yes
to
or no?
not play football.
Yes or no? Do you think he's a good footballer?
You just don't want him to play for Man U.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah.
If he goes to Liverpool, it's all
No,
right.
no, he wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, not at all. No. I don't think.
You dirty bastard.
I don't think him playing for Man United. I think he'd need a fresh start, go and play football abroad. But he's still a footballer. This is work.
Is he a good player?
Extremely good player. He was valued at about £120 million before it happened.
So has he been cancelled? Has he been told he cannot play football? You said there's an investigation going on.
Well,
so currently,
when the case was
decision hasn't been
dropped,
made.
the case was dropped in January, I think,
Right.
or February, and he just no further notice until further notice was kept on suspension, and we're now in August, and they're thinking that a decision might come out in the next 2 weeks about
Right.
it. But it's been 6 months without charge, and obviously he's brought a game, you could say, to distribute or things like this. But basically, it is someone's career and livelihood, should they be in the public eye, and role models for children and all this. And while you could say, yes, someone like that don't want a role model for children, if those tapes and that have been listened to, which obviously a lot of people in the public have, but also it's a parent's responsibility to make sure if your kid's looking up to someone like that, don't look at them as an idol. Yes, they play football, but that's it. They're just a person doing their job.
I mean, I've thought that anyway, but I don't see what that's got to do with cancel culture.
Nothing at all.
Idolising
Absolutely
football.
nothing at all.
But there have been plenty of examples. I'm just not going to name.
Again, plenty of, yeah. It just seems to me that cancel culture is another name for sulking.
People losing
Because someone doesn't agree with you and they've asked you to leave their house. They haven't said you can't go to someone else's house.
Okay.
They've said you've got to leave our house.
This, and I'm more than happy for you to Google then, because this, general blanket. There was one even
General blanket.
a general blanket over it all, so you can
Right.
have a look. About 2 weeks ago, there was a manager at Costa who was sacked for addressing a transsexual as sir rather than madam, was sacked because she labelled a transsexual or misgendered someone. So Costa removed her. She's currently taking it to court, but they removed her because she misgendered someone. Now, you want to live in your make-believe world where you think you're a man or you think you're a woman, knock yourself out. But you start bringing actual law into it where people are going to end up losing their jobs because they don't correlate. You're there with a beard and all this fancy stuff again. No, I'm a lady. You're not a lady. You're just a man.
Oh, I like the Bible.
That seems. I don't think they should have had the.
And
I don't
to
know the
lose their
validity
job,
of the
now
story.
that you can Google. That is 100. That was 2 weeks ago.
This isn't because I don't believe you. I just want to see the.
Get Costa manager misgendered, and you'll see the exact one of the cases. And there's
Because we have
numerous
kind of
cases,
covered this.
numerous cases
Costa
in the paper.
manager
So basically,
sacked.
how should this woman have addressed this thing in front of him?
This thing.
Well, it's not a man or a woman, is it? So you're going to go, oi, you, come.
Well, it'd be one or the other.
Yeah, well, it was a man.
Depends how they identify.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she got it wrong.
It's true. Let's-
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, just stop. Mine.
Starbucks
You're moving
sack trans worker
That was different.
from Daily Mail.
Oh, fuck me.
I read the Times and the Daily Mail.
Starbucks sack trans worker who accused female customer of being transphobic.
That was one. There have been numerous ones in coffee shops recently.
Oh,
So
yeah,
they sacked the trans person.
No. The manager.
No,
got
this
sacked.
this one they sack.
Oh, then
the
that's a different one. That's a different one. Then.
Well, that's hardly.
No. I said that's a different one.
Yeah,
then.
yeah, but it doesn't.
No, the
go
Costa
in
manager.
line. But it doesn't go in line with your earlier statement about if you don't agree with the left wing and all that.
Well, no.
No.
No, that's exactly what I said. Starbucks manager sacked for ranting at woman she accused of transphobia. Oh, it's the same story. Just
So a bird serving the coffee
I can't find the one you're talking about.
misgenderised a person buying the coffee.
Correct.
So you
No,
went,
no. What it looks like here is the Starbucks employee was transgender and the customer misgendered them.
Not in the one that I'm thinking of.
Well,
But-
there's loads of them here. It's all
I
the
know
same.
it's one of them.
Costa.
That one
May
was-
2023.
I think it was Costa as well. It wasn't Starbucks. I'm sure it was Costa.
Oh, you did say Costa. Why does it come up with Starbucks?
do you know how much it costs for a coffee in...
Well, I can't find anything about Costa.
Oh, well, I'll tag you with it. I'll tag you with it. Like I say, numerous examples, but there's so many you just don't.
Yeah, I will say
remember.
that you did say Costa, and I did type Costa, but it came up Starbucks.
Yeah, that's
So my point was, so
But
the bird serving the coffee misgenderised the person buying the coffee.
Misgendered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
You should-
server
you sure they were the manager? Because that's
said
The waitress,
Madam or sir,
the manager of the
a
waitress.
misgender. So what should
Yeah.
she have called this thing?
stop saying this thing.
What is it
It's a
then?
person.
Here you go, person.
Apparently so. That's one of the many things the left want.
This is
live
why I
in their
don't think.
make-believe world.
Why we shouldn't have any name, sir, madam, whatever.
It's politeness.
Well, it's not if it's wrong.
Well, it's not wrong. It's just some people have this idea that, oh no, I want to be called madam. No. If Gary turned around to you now and said, from now on you call me sweetie, what the fuck are you going to say? You're going to tell him to fuck off, grow a pair and sort it out. But you can't even say that
I'd
now.
call him sweetie.
You get someone to grow a pair now and you're going against men's...
Why is he going to tell me to fuck off?
You're not, though.
Sweetie.
If you've still got to try.
I wouldn't.
Call me sweetie.
Okay, sweetie.
Oh, you find that. You're not having that. Look,
He's not even if I want him.
I'm even going to put that in the credits for this one.
But he's not going to go fuck off, grow a pair, you twat, is he?
Huh?
He'll either say yes or no.
no, yeah, but
Because he's not that sort of bloke.
Oh, boy, not.
He's not a
in
football
general.
supporter for one, so he
He's-
hasn't. You won't. So
Actually, no, but okay. Look, in the grand scheme of things,
yes,
there have been plenty of examples
examples.
Again.
of people being cancelled. I don't
You
have them
keep
right now
saying
on my
that,
phone.
but all you come up with is Katie Hopkins, and she's still out there.
Yeah, no. She's on TikTok, same as Andrew Tate.
Well, she hasn't been cancelled off TikTok then, has she?
Well, TikTok doesn't cancel anything. TikTok shows the most extreme examples of stuff. TikTok the other day had to apologise to Jamie Bolger's mum for letting AI create a Jamie Bolger picture with AI speaking, describing the
Right.
torture and all that.
But
that's what TikTok.
But Katie Hopkins is still out there. So this notion of cancelling.
Cancel doesn't mean like you're dead. Cancelling
No.
just means you're taken
No,
out
I don't
of the
know what it
public
means
eye.
because no one's really given
No
it accurate-
TV, no sort of media.
But she's
presence.
still out there.
TikTok, yes, but I could be out on TikTok.
If something happens in the news,
I'm on TikTok.
Yeah,
The BBC would still get Hopkins in to give her opinion on what she. Yes, they would. Because it gets some clicks.
No,
so they get people on that because they have these outrageous opinions, and they'll shoot them down, but they'll still invite them on.
All started when Nick Griffin and the BNP.
Oh, what an example!
They got the two MEPs in Europe, and they had to get them on question time and things like this. And they
just got to say this one hasn't been funny enough yet. So.
But no, as an example, they got him on, and they didn't actually ask him any questions, and anything that he tried to put his point across, they just completely barreled. Oh, you racist this, racist that, blah blah blah.
But Nick Griffin was racist.
Not denying that, but what he was saying at the time was trying to actually. But they were saying, for example, what other policies he got, and while trying to explain the policies, would it be a lot better if we were white and all that? I'm not any supporter of Nick Griffin, but if you're going to have someone on there to give an opinion, you're not going to like someone's opinion.
But they still got him on there.
They did at the time, but ever since then, they didn't. Then they didn't.
Well, he's nobody now. He's gone out of significance.
Look at that, Nigel Farage.
He's left the BNP.
Oh, we can't mention it, but you know what I mean. Huh?
You can't mention Farage.
He getting cancelled by his fucking bank for having views.
Well, we're going to talk about that. But
yeah, I know. Everything
now. Everything else about. Well, no, because otherwise it was just going to affect all the timeline.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. But yeah, so there are plenty of examples. Donald Trump.
But Farage hasn't been cancelled.
He hasn't been cancelled either.
He's basically going to be trying to throw the.
He's always on the
Trump will never go to prison.
Yeah, I know he won't.
Even if he's found guilty. Trump he's all over the place. Fox News, they can't get enough of the cunt.
Yeah, but that's.
Guys, our last episode's about movies, right? You said about Fox News and Trump and all that. There was a film, which I forget what it was called, all about the Trump, because they just had to pay out a load of money, didn't they? Fox News for something or other.
Right.
About women and all that, and cancelling women because they didn't put out for the Fox head
Why
chief.
would they have had to pay out for cancelling women if there's nothing such as a cancel culture? No, just go on.
No, because they had to pay. They paid compensation. They didn't cancel them.
But you just said they cancelled them.
No.
Let him finish.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's still trying to formulate the.
A woman, you get an anchor. And they go and I want to. Well, you're not an anchor yet, but they go and see the bloke, the head bloke, who puts them in front of the camera. Do a turn, do this, do that,
right.
And all this sort of stuff. You get on. If you want to get ahead, you got to give head. And this is a film, a true documentary type film, right? Margot Robbie again. And yeah, they had to pay compensation to these people. I've lost my thread. But no, about Fox News.
Well, that's because Fox News are basically just a piece of shit fucking news right wing, racist.
Nothing wrong with Fox News. See, that's my point. Piece of shit. So you'd be more than happy to see Fox News cease to appear because they hold a
anti-choice.
Not anti-choice.
They are anti-choice.
They're not anti-choice.
They're absolutely anti-choice.
Okay.
They're anti-abortion, anti-choice.
What does anti-choice mean? Oh, obviously for you.
It's either they're
pro-life, which is ironic considering they're quite happy for. They don't want babies to die in the womb by abortions. They'd rather the babies are born and then someone can go into the school with a fucking gun and shoot them down. That's fine. I know you don't subscribe to that, but you're on the same way of thinking.
I just like to say I wholeheartedly support a woman's right to do whatever she wants with her own
we've covered that.
But I'm just making sure.
And I know you're on that side, but your mode of thinking is very similar to that of the people that believe in that.
No, because I'm open to all views.
You're not.
You're open to your views and fuck anyone else who doesn't agree with him. You're like arguing the toss over it all.
That can't be the case at all because obviously I do this, for example. So I know that the views here are opposing views. Sometimes I'll be right, sometimes I'll be wrong. But I'm willing to do it. Now, was I someone who was like, no, my way is always the highway? I'm not discussing this. I'd be all George Galloway when he has to discuss with a right-wing person. Oh no, I'm not discussing this with you. I'm just going to call you the name and bugger off. George Galloway?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
He did.
He didn't. George Galloway didn't die.
Did he? Was this very recently?
He never died.
Yeah.
George Galloway didn't die. I mean, not many tears are going to be shed when he does.
G-A-L.
L-O-W-A-Y.
Hang on. L-O...
George Galloway.
George Galloway.
Yeah.
Is
dead.
Alive.
Oh. I thought he died.
No.
Sorry.
Do you want me to cut that?
No, keep that in there. But yeah, no, he when he argues with right wing, he pretty much his whole thing is you're racist knuckle draggers. I'm not debating this with you, and we'll walk out. I'm more than happy to speak to
Who was that
extreme
with? Who was that against?
Oh, quietly on his phone shot. If you listen to it, he used to, I can't remember the name of the radio station, but there's loads of clips on YouTube of him. He had his own phoning.
Right, because James O'Brien, he'll have anyone call in. He'll talk to them all. You've got to give him that.
But no, George Galloway.
Make them all look a cunt.
Yeah, really. George Galloway would just pretty much call him a couple of names and wouldn't entertain any of the points
I don't
that
know
were
about
actually made.
him.
And
he was
do
in
that.
the news
And that's
a few years
my
ago.
point is. So when I'm saying with me, I'm more than happy to lift up other views and see if there's a happy medium. But sometimes
then you just say, no, I'm not having that.
My view of your breath is that it's smelly at the moment because it stinks of fags.
and rhubarb and custard.
No, fags.
Okay, my view of your arse is you've been farting
Yeah.
relentlessly. You've been farting in here for the last 10 minutes.
I've done one little trump whilst we were off air.
Yeah, and how many when you've been on air? And fuck off,
Right.
you did about 3 minutes over there.
At this point, I'm going to put a little compilation reel of all the farts you've done. No, I can't be asked to go trawling through them, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so
Why
many.
siding with you?
That's not siding. You fart more
It's
than he does on
factual.
this
No,
show.
I used to.
Used to. Oh, yeah, you're holier than thou now. You've quit Pepsi.
I have, yes. 4 weeks.
You've cancelled Pepsi.
No, I haven't given it up. I've just reduced it to be healthy.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not what you said.
What did I say?
You haven't had Pepsi for 3 weeks.
I'm not giving it up. I haven't had it during the day and that. So I'll have a bottle or something like an amaretto.
Bottle of it, no.
I'll have an amaretto and Coke in the evening. Or Morgan's and Coke. But yeah,
So that's cancel culture.
yeah.
So there's no such thing as cancel
I
culture.
don't-
is
No,
there?
there is. I will next week. Loads more. But you
Oh,
know what?
yeah.
For
Next-
the live show, I'll reel off 20 examples of people that have been cancelled. 20.
Wokeism.
Don't know what it is.
What about it?
Is it what wokey is like? I don't know, what is wokeism?
Well, this is what I was going to ask. I'd like to know if you could define it.
I could define it, and then I can also pretty much word for word define how you're going to define it based on my definition. My definition.
Do me as well. How am I going to define it?
Don't ever say that to me. It is wokeism is pretty much the
You
youth.
look like you're looking for the answer over there because you're either dying about.
The youth of today tends to be the youth of today, brought up since sort of the 2000s.
That's not how definitions start. What does wokeism mean? Don't just give us a list of people who might be woke.
Okay,
Give a definition of wokeism.
do-gooders.
Do-gooders?
Everything that's currently wrong with the world now, the people that support that, Just Stop Oil.
Cameras there, by the way. All they're
Just
seeing
Stop.
is the
I'm
side of your
chatting with
face.
you. Just Stop Oil. All the Muppets doing that. Woke Muppets.
You don't know that
Seriously,
they're
get
all
rid of them.
woke.
They are all woke doing that. Absolutely.
You don't know that. Anyway, again, that's not a definition. What is wokeism? Not who is woke.
I think in a dictionary,
What?
wokeism, just stop oil protesters, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is wokeism?
Wokeism. Alright. I'll use Bert's definition. It's equality for all. It's everyone being inclusive. Is everyone being equal and treated equally and with the same sort of
Yeah.
respect and all that.
You're close.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
being aware of social injustices.
Yes.
So what is your
which don't
argument
exist.
against all of those things?
Load of shit.
How can you actually
You
dispute that people should have equality
'Cause you need
and
that.
social
You
justice?
need hierarchy in life.
Why do you?
Because it's the way the world works.
We'd have a hierarchy here.
Men and women are not the same.
We do, we just haven't told him.
No, you don't. Men and women are not the same as men and children are not the same. And even with men, there are men who are sort of over here, and there are men who are sort of over here. Okay, so you've got a Graham
So
Norton.
you've got a group of men.
Graham Norton who's a man, and you've got Arnold Schwarzenegger who's a man.
Well done.
But they're both men, but they're different ends of the males. He looks like
And that's wokeism.
No, I'm not saying woke. That's hierarchy in society. There are things. There are some
What the
things.
fuck is Graham Norton and Arnold Schwarzenegger got to do with hierarchy in society?
Well, they're both men, but
Right.
you're not going to have Graham Norton come round to do your plumbing. No, that's
I'm not going to get
what you're
Schwarzenegger out to do the
He'd never
plumbing
fit in the
either.
fucking cupboard, will he?
I'd ask him.
But in terms of being a man, there are different ways. Of
I
being
can't
a man.
get to
There's
your
different ways of being a
pipes.
woman.
What's plumbing got to do with being a man?
You're not going to get Graham Norton round to do your plumbing, are
As
you?
bad arguments go, this is your
Why
worst.
aren't you going to get Graham Norton round and do your plumbing?
Because
Because he's an entertainer.
Well, yeah, true.
yeah.
Why are you not going to get Graham Norton to come in and do your plumbing?
Would you get a 21-year-old blonde girl to come and service your car?
Yeah. She knew what, if she knew what she was
She's a
doing.
mechanic, yeah.
Would you? No. You wouldn't.
Yeah,
You'd
yeah.
be like, are you sure you know what you do? You wouldn't.
Just because you're blonde, you don't mean you mean.
No,
you don't know what
I
you're
never
doing.
said that. You said that.
She said
I
blonde.
don't think he said blonde, but
Thank
we
you,
can go
thank you.
back.
I just gave it as an
But
example.
it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, I've just said as an example.
So you wouldn't get a woman working on your
Social
car?
injustices, a lot of them are made up.
Is he darting about or is it me?
He is, tap dancing they call that.
No. The social injustices. What social injustices do you think are occurring?
I mean,
in
I'd say
society?
white privilege, but you deny that because you're not a victim of it.
Social injustice is you not letting a 21-year-old woman service your car. That's a social injustice. Because if she knew what she was doing, she could service my car.
If she was a fully qualified mechanic, she could service your car much better than I could as a man.
I'm not denying that, but I'm saying the general perception of it would be that a woman would be
Is
as
it
good
a
as
general
a
perception or is it your perception?
No, my perception is a general
It
perception.
is.
You're
It is what?
Your perception.
Oh,
you can't speak for everyone.
no,
and say that.
I speak for a lot.
Oh, here we go. Name them. Jim, Frank, Jenny, Fred, August, September, October.
Well, I only got them in order. But yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, no. I feel like I've got you on the ropes a little bit on this one.
No, it's
He
not.
put himself there to start
Do you
with.
know what? No, I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
You still haven't defined.
rewind this.
You
Let me
still
re-
haven't defined wokeism yet.
Let me research this and I'll...
Why do you need to? If you've already got an opinion on it, why do you need to research it? If you've already formulated an opinion, you should have already done your research to formulate that. Otherwise, you're just making shit up.
Do you like risotto?
That's that rice thing, isn't it?
I've had it once. It was all right.
No.
You don't like risotto?
No.
Cool. Now tell me all the ingredients.
Rice. Risotto rice. I don't know.
There we go.
I meant
But
to see
you
where this
know
is going.
enough. You know enough here to know that you don't like it based
I've
on your
tasted-
experiences.
I've tasted it.
But you don't know what's in it. You can't give me a definition of what's in it apart from it's just a bit of rice.
Doesn't matter.
Tell me all the ingredients because
He
you
doesn't
don't
need
like
to.
it. He does. He needs to tell me the
But
examples. He's made an opinion based on something without knowing all the ingredients.
Because I don't fucking like
He's
it.
not.
Yeah, I know you
but
don't
he's
like
not.
it,
He's
but
not
you can make
shouting
it-
out saying Hollywood are making fucking anti-risotto films and all this kind of stuff, shooting people down because they don't like risotto.
No. It does. You can't give me the ingredients. Can you?
God, this is the worst arguments ever.
No,
this,
I'm not having
this
this.
little half hour.
I'm not.
It's brilliant.
Them chicken fingers done me.
That's because he's got the Man U shirt on, I think.
I'll take it off.
Yeah, you become a bigger cunt than you usually
Hey,
are.
Gal, should we go halves on a couple of Liverpool shirts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do what Liverpool fans do, just steal them. There you go, no denial there. But yeah, so that's wokeism for you in a nutshell. We'll add the bit in writing. See what it is. I'll Google it. Yeah.
Well, you're going to edit it, are you?
No, you didn't give me any examples. Give me social injustices.
I don't need to. I did white
You said-
privilege, but you deny it.
Yeah. Give me
Worst
other.
thing-
You said social injustices. There should be more than one. Go on, go.
You'll be more afraid of going to fix Graham Norton's pipes because you'll be bent over more. Rather than him fixing your pipes where he would be...
Don't go down that road, Gary.
Well, I'm just saying.
But social.
Hold yourself above that level.
Welcome down, nigga. No, go on. Social injustices.
White
then, apart
privilege.
from white privilege.
What apart from white privilege?
Because you
It's
said
a
what
perfectly
social
acceptable.
injustice is.
Yeah.
So I said, give me
White
other
privilege.
Ones. Give me other examples.
People denying that there is such a thing as white privilege because they're white and privileged.
Okay, give me other examples.
Anti-trans rules, particularly in the States, and
America
and
are
they're,
a bit behind
and they're
anyway
getting
as a
them,
country.
and they're getting them in over here as well, particularly in Scotland.
What issues do you have with the way that trans people are treated over there?
Well, they're not treated like humans. Just going by the conversation we've had here earlier,
No.
thing.
None of which I said.
But it's an example.
Yeah, I give
Yeah,
you
but if you
that.
call it it or thing, you're not going to offend it by calling it a man or a
You
woman.
will offend them by calling.
Yeah.
Just don't call them anything.
But
What, ER?
yeah,
Oh, you called someone in the shop John and Baz earlier on.
I didn't know her name.
Well, it definitely won't be John or Baz, will it, if it's a her?
I didn't know if it was because you can't never tell these days, and you're not allowed to risk.
If you can't tell them, don't take the risk.
What are you going to say? It's politeness. You're right,
It's not
you're right,
polite.
sir.
It's
Of
not
course it
polite
is.
to miss.
Oh, if I come up to you and go, all right, just sounds weird.
It doesn't.
It does. To any normal person, it does. If you go up to a lady and go, hello, seems creepy. Hello, darling. Seems...
Oh, that's not creepy. You keep looking at the camera anyway. So hello, darling, wink isn't creepy.
Yeah.
Hello, my precious. So
I really wish he wasn't going to use that. Oh, that's never going to leave my head. But no, it trans, like I say, trans men being allowed to compete in women's sport. I think it's a fucking complete joke.
Is that wokeism?
Yeah, that is wokeism. That's partly woke, yeah. Letting them go in there. Women, oh no, you're classed as a
I think we're wavering on this.
We are wavering.
I don't know if it counts as
Got enough.
wokeism. It's still a grey area. I'm still a little bit confused about this, where I sit on that. But if you're going to have categories, don't make it about male or female. Have it on hormone levels.
We're all just a couple of chromosomes. Why, all of us.
That's what we got. That's what
There's
you
a lot
have
of
to
different
do.
categories.
If you're a certain level of testosterone, then you go in that group. If you're below that, you go in that group.
So now you don't have women's doubles or like men's doubles at tennis. You got
They could come up with
level
they could come up
300s.
with a catchy name for it.
Oh no, what?
I don't know. This I said I'm not entirely.
And that in a nutshell is woke. Can't
No,
just have men and
I'm
women.
honest.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm honest. I've said I haven't formulated an opinion on that strongly. I don't still come out with one and then worry about how I'm going to back it up later. I have said I don't have a strong opinion. That's the most honest thing that's been said here.
All right, I'll say this with this, okay? I will don't worry, I'm going to research this like a git, but this is the one time, finally, episode 14, I will say,
15.
yeah, you've 15 even better. You've sort of edged me into submission, all right, without Google there. But I can give you loads of examples. Being put on the spot, you know, it's a hot day.
Well, you should think about this stuff before. Like I said, if
Well, I can't change my opinion
if you've already formulated an opinion, it should be based on something, not just emotions.
But you can forget.
You can forget, but it'll be there somewhere.
Yeah, it is somewhere. It'll come out in a minute. It'll come out when we're talking about
It's a
tennis.
fucking great big head to drag it out to the front. To be fair.
It's hardly a nutshell, Gal.
This is the thing. So many of these. And I'm not including you in this, but some of these right wingers like Piers Morgan don't really know what they're angry about. They're just angry, and there's so much hate, and they don't know why.
It's not hate.
Yeah, they're saying something for something to say.
Yeah, I mean Morgan gets paid a lot of money for doing it.
No, I think that's completely wrong.
Well, we don't give a fuck what you think. We are cancelling you.
But
Cancel him! Turn it off!
We've demonstrated
Why
in
did
this.
you go so high
We've
pitched?
demonstrated in the last 30 minutes that you haven't got an argument to back it up.
I have. I've just seen it somewhere.
I think we've demonstrated this in the last 14 episodes.
I kept pushing you for an example. You couldn't give one, then you finally did, which I've disputed. And you asked me for examples. I've rattled off two without thinking about it.
We disputed it.
And you've challenged them and lost.
No, you haven't. No, I'm not having that. No, I'm not having that.
And the only time that I didn't have a thing, I was honest enough to say I haven't completely.
All right, let's
decided how I
start the show
feel.
again. Right, ready? What's wokeism, cancel culture? Well, I'll explain it later.
Well, you knew we were doing this subject.
Yeah, but no, only for the last 12 hours.
Right. How long does it take to look at a bit of Google?
I had to sleep, I had to
So
work.
did
I had to
I
drive.
had to set this lot up. This didn't set itself up.
Yeah, but you know with your left-wing views, they're already imprinted there and
They're not.
no, they
That's
are.
because I found them.
It's because you've been scarred by the Labour Party.
You could argue that council.
I voted Tory more times than I voted Labour in my life.
I know, but ironically, your views are more Labour-leaning than Tory.
Sometimes people who go to prison who have done something wrong still aren't cancelled because they make a film about them in later life, don't they?
They don't tend to get any royalties.
Yeah, they
from
won't
said
necessarily
film,
get paid for that.
Oh, no.
No, it's
Not
like
even-
the film about Joseph Fritzl. I'm sure he didn't end up getting
Joseph
any
Fritzl.
The Austrian bloke that locked his daughter in the dungeon for 20 years, raped her, had kids with her, raped the kids, killed the kids.
Charles Bronson didn't make a lot of money from his book or his film.
And to be fair, Charles Bronson, that was a bit harsh.
But they're still
You can't
not.
profit from your crimes.
They're still not cancelled though, are they?
No, I mean they're incarcerated.
Yeah.
It's not quite the
And
same.
being cancelled, they're not famous to be cancelled. Being cancelled technically is being taken out of the direct media spotlight.
So Owen Morgan, someone that I listened to, he
Oh,
said,
he's a thingy bloke, isn't he?
"What bloke?"
The camp
He'll give
speaking-
several
the
examples
camp
of what sort of
speaking-
bloke he is in a
He's
minute.
the camp speaking bloke, isn't he? That stormed off GMTV when he was he's the gay bloke, isn't he?
No, I don't know who you're talking about. Owen Morgan is Telltale.
I'm thinking Owen Jones.
Get the fucking
I don't know
bottle out
who
of my
Jones
face.
is.
fucking.
No, Owen Morgan. He said, "What the fuck is that?"
It's not
he said
me.
you can only get cancelled if you do something out of character. I don't know how true that is, but it made me think when he said that.
No, not out of character, not in line with society's
We're
social
back.
views.
We're right back to the
That's
start.
it. That's what I say. Yeah.
You wanted to restart the episode? Here we are.
Not
We're
in
back
line with
now.
social with society's views on social justice.
So, abortion.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it in the States? It's been made illegal.
Because
that's going backwards. That's
in America, for such an advanced country technologically,
they came up with the term woke.
they are extremely behind us. They're probably America are still headwise and intelligence-wise still in the late 80s.
We follow them.
I don't
we
think
we copy them in so many respects.
No, not the youngsters and that. The youngsters over here are, I'd say, a lot more vocal, a lot more.
And that's good though. That's good.
Yes and no. Vocal in terms of look at the protests and things. Like, all joking aside, the Just Stop Oil people, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't piss them if they're on fire.
Yeah, we talked about that in the first episode.
But
I agree with the message, not the method.
5 days a week to still do it, to make their point. They're putting a lot of thought in. Americans, they're after 5 minutes going to the burger van.
Well, they'll go into and shoot at school.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
Not all Americans.
That was casually. That was quite.
It happens
But
daily.
it
so
does exactly that. Yeah.
That's the sad thing about
But yeah,
gun
in
crime
America,
in America.
they're still high up on religion as well. I mean, most of the world now. I mean, you look the other day where they had the American the court here, and I'm sure that you probably saw that, where they had the ex-general who used to work in front of Congress, confirming that out of the 4 UFOs that had remained identified, the pilots and that were of non-earthly biological origin.
Non-human.
Non-human, yeah. Now, while that is done,
I've been reading that, and it's one guy saying that.
It's one guy, but with bits apparently that he can back up. But there's also bits that the guy's not saying.
Right. What was this anyway? It's a different subject.
Saying?
It's a different subject. This.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying. In America,
you say about America is very religious, considering that it's it should be the only non-religious government. It has a separation of church and state there.
Yep.
Which we don't even have here, but it's very religious there, particularly in the Bible Belt. But here we have a king that apparently was chosen by God.
Yeah, but this country, from the religious side, while Americans are still up there, especially in some parts of like the South,
we're not as evangelistic as they are.
Yeah, they're nuts. But also, we're not a Christian country anymore. Used to be.
On paper,
country.
we are.
Yeah, no. On paper, we are, but in society,
because we have a monarch that's decided by God.
I know, but from society's point, there's nowhere near we are. I mean, let's be honest. If we're a Christian country, for example, LGBTQ, you're all going to hell, go to prison.
Well, they wouldn't.
No, they would. You want to go through Christianity and things like that, and a Christian country following the Bible.
Yeah, again,
we are so far away.
And this isn't the fault of yours. This is the fault of religious people, where there's nothing hardly in the Bible about LGBT stuff.
How many
anyway,
people now wait for sex before after
I don't know. I've not conducted any.
I'd assume.
Don't assume.
No. I'd assume looking from the amount.
Look it up.
Looking from the amount of single, unmarried mothers out there, that it's not quite as common as it used to be. In Christianity, no sex before marriage and things like that. Who gives a fuck about that now? Youngsters have sex now, like we used to go out and have a beer.
Because people have come wise to the fact that marriage is a bag of shit.
I'm not denying that, but again, that's what I'm saying.
I'm the only one here not married.
Of Christianity aren't relevant to what we do in this country anymore. Nothing we do follows the Christian Bible. So to call us Christians is actually an affront. Pretty much that.
But we are on paper still. I don't know why we're arguing about this because it's irrelevant.
Well,
and it's
because
not really
we agree. That's
important.
why. But and you struggle with that concept. It's like actually Will makes a fair point.
Well, we do agree on some things.
Is this anything to do with wokeism?
No, we have detracted a little bit.
I'm still waiting for a definition of it.
Yeah, we haven't had one. We're not going to get one.
Google what is wokeism.
No. Well, your definition.
Because you believe in it, Will.
Well, okay.
You did kind of give some half-assed attempt at one.
Well, yeah, I'll take that. Well, for the other half.
But you basically said it will be Bert's definition. Was the words you said. You didn't actually give your own definition.
What does your definition come up as?
Don't you read it? We want to know your definition.
WOKISM.
Don't let him see.
WOK what?
ISM.
Wokeism.
But we want to know your definition. All you've done is say, I'll give you Bert's definition. You haven't actually submitted your definition of wokeism yet.
I think wokeism is all the idiots in the world who don't live in the real world, who want this ideal sort of world, almost a heaven type
So
world.
you poison the well by saying all the idiots.
It is the idiots, the wokeism world.
Give it without the poisoning the well. What is your definition of wokeism?
People expecting heaven on earth.
Do you want to hear Collins?
People expecting heaven on earth. That's
Go on.
wokeism.
Wokeism. Collins Dictionary off Google, right? The behaviour and attitudes of people who are sensitive to social and political injustice.
Yeah.
Don't say that's what I said.
I wouldn't say what I said. I'd say I'd agree with part of that, but I'd
But
say
how
there's
can you
also a wider
disagree
definition.
with that notion?
No. There's a wider.
How can you disagree with that though?
I'm not
And
disagreeing
look
with it,
yourself
but
in
I'm
the
not saying
mirror.
that isn't it in a nutshell.
No, I'm not saying disagree
Oh,
with
you
the
mean
definition.
disagree with the
with the
actual-
idea. How can you actually sit there and disagree with that?
What, that there are political and social injustices?
And then we shouldn't be aware of them.
Because in life, sometimes that's tough. And one thing in the world, right? One thing in the world, if you aim to please everyone, which is what wokeism does,
It doesn't though.
it does. It aims
doesn't.
to
It's
please
just actively
and
not-
include everyone, then you'll end up pleasing and including no one.
It's
Am I
not,
woke?
but it's not that.
No, you're
it's
dead.
just, it's just actively
not
not
woke.
pissing people off.
No, it's not.
Anyway, I think we've got to call it a day there.
Well, I can
'cause
piss people off. Does that mean I'm woke?
You're definitely not woke. Don't worry, you're definitely not woke.
I think, Gary, you're not woke, but you're not anti-woke. I think
You're awake.
I think you're kind of in the middle there. You're not woke. You're not fiercely a woke person, but you're also not saying that people shouldn't have rights and stuff like he does.
I've been with him at Calais. Don't tell me.
Well, I haven't. Okay, all right.
Basically, look at it this way: you woke is you saying, "Oh, look at all them nice lads they're trying to run on the lorry. That's all right. They're getting for a better life. Hopefully, they get over it. We can look after them.
That's
give them a
not
house and all that
necessarily
stuff."
woke,
No,
though.
I'm having it. That's that. Or you can say what you say, which I'm not going to say because I don't want to put it out there. But what your views might
Shoot
be.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
But yeah, that's it. So yeah, woke would be, "Oh no, that's all right. Come get on my lorry."
Stab him
lads."
to death with
No,
blood
that's,
rusty knives.
that's not what wokeism is, though, Will.
Oh, but no, that is a view of wokeness. That is a view. For example, Gary Lineker was called woke. He's with the refugee crisis as just one example of many social injustices they view it. They want take all the refugees over here. We don't have the room for it. Put British people first.
But we do put British people
No, we
first.
don't. Not at all. Not at all. Numerous British people on 4, 5, 6 year council house waiting lists, while boaties getting put up in 4 or 5 star hotels or new accommodation.
Hotel, that's not a home.
It's still a hell of a lot better than the hut they were living in.
So often on Facebook I see these posts and it'll be someone in a shop doorway and it's always spelt wrong. Share if you think we should help our homeless veterans before refugees. How many fucking homeless veterans have we got that this is happening to? I keep seeing it getting shared. I'm not aware of any examples of where a refugee is getting put before a homeless veteran.
Doesn't even have to be homeless veterans, just British people being put second on the register for people coming over on a boat who aren't refugees, who are just
Right.
trying to, a majority of them, a percentage of them will be just trying to come over here to get the freebies, which are well advertised.
Right, but you know if they're illegal immigrants they don't get that.
If they're illegal, but the chances are that a lot of them
And
are
if
gonna
they're
end
not
up getting
illegal,
portrayed through.
then they've got...
You think they get sent back if they're illegal?
Yeah. Or
Oh,
Rwanda.
well, you having laugh. You don't, because you get all the woke idiots on the plane, on the runway, stopping the plane taking
they
off.
don't.
They did. They stopped the Kenya flight. They had to stop the Kenya flight because they all got out there in front of it. A load of the woke muppets.
Rwanda.
That's right. Rwanda flights. And they got out there and they blocked the plane. And in the end, they waited and another quarter.
That's not sending them back. That's sending them to Rwanda.
Oh, but where we sent
There's a
back?
big difference.
Yeah, but they're
they
being
do
sent
send.
away. They're being
They
sent
send illegal immigrants back to where they came from.
No, no chance. They'll come back.
But they do.
No, I'm not having that.
They might
I'd
come
like to see
back,
the
and they
percentage.
send them back
Via a
again.
catapult.
If they're not illegal immigrants, then they're legal. They've got every right to be here,
Right, refugees.
right?
They can claim asylum. Majority of asylum claims are processed and go through successfully. I can't remember the percentage. I will revise that before the next episode, but I'm sure it was in the 80s.
No, you won't.
I'll do it now. I'm going to have a fag.
We're going to have a next episode of Will's revision notes for the past 15,
That'd be exciting.
15 episodes.
I'm revising for the
But
last
they-
time.
Sorry.
A lot of the time, the refugees, we've put them in that position because we've gone there, fucking guns blazing, following the states into wars we shouldn't be involved in, and we've caused the refugees. Not Ukraine, but you said before you don't mind Ukrainian refugees.
What I would say
Only
is,
the fit lesbians, obviously.
I would say, that's fine. Then subsidise them rebuilding out there. I agree they shouldn't never have been invaded and stuff, but again, let's go back. This all started under 1997, Tony Blair's Iraq war, which the Labour Party...
I think there were refugees before the Iraq War.
Yeah, but the percentage coming over from Afghanistan and Iraq now, places like that, which are all...
You ever
as
traced your
effects-
lineage? You ever traced your lineage?
I only as far as Scotland.
Right. Just be interesting how far to go back would be before it turns out that you're a descendant of an immigrant or a refugee.
I was in a lorry park, right, in France.
Oh, fuck off.
And it was Sunday, we couldn't drive, and he was walking around in this fucking cardigan jumper with holes in it, and I took a picture of him, right, and then he got back in the truck. I said,
Are we just going to ignore that?
and I said, look, refugees, and he went, the bastards. I said, it's fucking you!
My hat when I was tired. Look at that refugee there. I was like, fucking comment. They went, look at it again. That was me when I was having
Fucking hell.
But I will, we'll have a revise. But no, that's been,
We won't, because you said you were going to do that before.
No,
you said you were going to come in with stats. You
I
haven't
forgot
yet.
what stats. Don't worry,
Read them back. They're all on the fucking.
I'm on the
They're
phone.
all on Vimeo, which is very easy to get onto. And it's
Vimeo.
very easy.
Vimeo.
Oh, what did I say?
Vimo.
Spelled the same.
No.
You do it. You do it.
What?
Vimeo.
There's no point putting an advert at the end of the episode when they've already watched it on Vimeo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's fine, yeah.
Right, anyway, catch us next week where we'll be
What are we talking about
revising
next?
this and proving my point.
Oh, Law and Order.
Law and order. Oh, fuck that.
This would be a good
What's
one.
the definition of law?
Well, no, that's...
Law and order.
That's
Lock 'em
an
up.
that was an ad hominem attack.
And,
Unnecessary.
Law and Order. Next episode. Goodbye.
Go and have a shit, will you? Thanks for
you.
watching.
Thank you for
Goodbye.
watching. Bye. Oh man, you hammered me, Bert. You hammered me. You fucking
Bald Statement starred Rob Lewis, Sweetie, and Will Atkins. Recorded at Rob Lewis Music Services Studio in Ipswich, UK. This fantastic theme tune is Rumble by Mojo, edited and produced by Rob Lewis. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and listen again.